I just want to address the question that you might be wanting to ask, so you don't have to ask it. I have very, very sensitive skin, and my skin gets honestly horrendous in summer. I stupidly used a brand new mosquito repellent last night without doing a patch test, and as you can see, I've had the most horrific reaction on my face. It was my own fault for not doing a patch test, but I took antihistamine, so I'm gonna do all right. I hope so, at the least. Anyway, if you're anything like me, you enjoy building, but you're not very good at doing the architectural stuff. That's me anyway. I can do it if I wanted to, but 9 times out of 10, like, I don't have the time to spend to do it, and I literally can't be bothered. I just love interior decorating, and I just want to get straight on with doing that. I don't want to faff around with building a beautiful house like this. So Danielle builds on the gallery. She's very, very good at building shells and doing architectural stuff, but she intentionally leaves the insides empty. This one she built was called Family Home Shell. As you can see, it's a very sweet vanilla looking house. I quite like it. Although, you know, I definitely could not make something like this. Looks so easy, but so hard at the same time. When you actually go into it, as you can see, it's just totally empty. And the reason why I love builds like this is because you can get straight on with doing the inside. You know, I like doing internal floor plans, so I might just, you know, build some stairs going up like this. And you can really easily make rooms like, you know, here we go, boom, I've got a bathroom here. We could turn this into a hallway, make a bedroom, make another bathroom, make another bedroom, make another bedroom here, boom, upstairs done, super easy. Downstairs, same, chuck a bathroom in here, make this a living room, make another room down here, maybe a study, make this an open kitchen diner. It's really, really easy. Danielle's also like really good at using the terrain tools, so like change the level of the land, something I think most of us really struggle with. I do anyway. This is like a split level house she did where you can actually go straight down here, and going down it's got a room downstairs as well, so the whole thing is like really customizable. And obviously you can change the outside, like if I really wanted to, maybe I could just use some terrain paint to make this kind of like a driveway kind of thing going on. This is another split level one she did, which kind of goes down at the bottom here. This one, I really like this one. It's called Split Level Craftsman on her gallery. And again, totally empty on the inside, but that's why I like it. She's also randomly like really, really good at doing mansions and like big things. This is a royal estate that she made. As you can see, literally huge. And she even decorated the back, because most people, when they build big estates, they leave the back completely empty because they can't be bothered. The front is always like really beautiful. I feel like front of houses get like 80% of the effort and the backs get 20%, but she seems to have done like 50-50. And again, totally empty, so this one might be a little bit more ambitious for you, but everything's really well done. Also, she uploads like every couple of days, so there's always new stuff. She does use all of the packs as far as I'm aware, but the great thing about shells is even if you don't own all of the packs, it doesn't really matter. This shell contains a brick wall from the Get Together pack, but if you don't have Get Together, maybe you have High School Years, which has like a very similar wall that you can just apply down in its place, and you know, like it doesn't really look that different. I think when it comes to shells like this, it doesn't actually matter what packs are used, because the game will always replace it with something really, really similar. Because, you know, what do you put on the outside of a house? Like walls, brick walls. Every single pack comes with brick walls. Even the base game has tons of brick walls. Like, you're not going to be hard up for it. This is another example of a house. This one is all base game friendly. Another family home shell here, another one here, family cottage here. Oh look, Princess Peach's castle. Sometimes she does really crazy stuff like that. I think she did Hogwarts once. Does anybody else's Sims 4 gallery just show you like duplicates of the same thing, like a glitch? I cannot think of one single occasion where this gallery just worked. There's always something wrong with it, then they fix it, and then they call something else wrong with it. Anyway, that's a Hogwarts castle she did. Literally amazing. So you've got a bit of everything. You've got your blue American Suburbans, and you got your Princess Peach castles. What more can you want? And you can do all the interior design yourself. I actually asked you guys to let me know some of your favorite creators, so thank you very much for taking the time to do that. A billion of you recommended Devon Bumpkin on the gallery. So whereas Danielle was for people who really enjoyed interior designs but didn't like building, Devon Bumpkin's one of those ones you go for if you don't want to do any building, you can't be bothered. This is actually the favorite lot of his that I found. It's called British Country Home. You know, a lot of homes where I live look like this. I do live in a country bumpkin town. Everybody is an extreme right conservative, as all the trolls call me. Honestly, whenever I get like trolled on like forums, they always say SatchOnSims is an extreme right conservative. So today I'm going to prove you right and show an extreme right conservative home that you typically find in the UK. The reason why I wanted to highlight his builds, I know there's so many amazing builders on the gallery, but the reason why I like his is because he doesn't overclutter spaces and he does it just enough to make it look really detailed and like lived in, but also playable. Don't get me wrong, like I really enjoy builds which are really well cluttered. I have a lot of respect for people who do that. I think it takes a lot of patience. For me personally, I'm a gameplay person. Overly cluttered builds, they're not very good for gameplay because Sims can't move around very easily. Some objects are not interactable and it can cause a little bit of chaos for gameplay. If you're just into building, it's great. But when you want gameplay, you want somewhere that's not massively cluttered. As you can see, it's like cluttered and it's got lots of stuff in it, but it's not over cluttered that you literally cannot use it. It's actually functional. And I think he puts a lot of effort into them. You know, this room was clearly like made for a gothic sim. This is a boring beige nursery, as we all love to build boring beige nurseries in the Sims 4. Nobody ever builds colourful nurseries. Even me, like when I build a nursery, I make it so beige. And I think if this was a real life kid's nursery, like I think they'd hate it. But it's acceptable in the Sims 4. It's like what you're supposed to do. Like each room feels like it has character. There's a little outhouse where you can shove your grandparents before they die and you steal all their money from their will. Another reason why I like a lot of his builds is because he renovates pre-existing lots and makes them better instead of entirely changing them. So there's still like something familiar for you there. Going along with the British theme, this is the Gnome's Arm 2.0, the bar in Henford upon Shagley that he changed up. It is actually quite subtle differences, but it's enough just to make it feel fresh and make it actually feel like it wasn't built, you know, by EA with their restrictions. Because obviously EA have a lot of build limits where like they can only use a certain number of objects. And like however good of a builder you are, because I know EA often employs actual Sims players these days to build their lots for them, but because the item count is so small, they're never like perfect because they're just too restricted. But he often does it like without restrictions. But again, as I said before, it's not overcluttered and crazy and it feels, you know, natural. He's also one of the few creators that does a lot of community builds. This is the veterinary clinic in the Brindleton Bay world that he actually changed up and he made it really modern. It looks really pretty, and as I said before, it's entirely functional because as you can see, it's not overly cluttered, and that's why I like it, yet it looks really, really nice. I know I'm going to get some troll shit stirring and saying SatchOnSims hates people who clutter their builds. He is extremely toxic. He's an extreme right conservative clutterphobic person. As I said, I am a gameplay person and these lots are built for gameplay, and that's why I like it. He is very pack heavy with his builds, but every now and then he does do stuff that's base game friendly. This is a base game house that he made, Shoreview house base game. Doesn't look base game at all. Like it looks like it's been made with a ton of packs, but it actually hasn't. Like how do this, see, this is why I can't like build. What the hell is this? What on earth is this? A mega wall hanging thing. Like why would you think of putting that and like using it on the sides of the wall? Like I'm just not creative enough for that. That's why I steal everybody else's builds, because I can't do stuff like this. It wouldn't even cross my mind. But as you can see as well, it is again very, very well decorated on the inside. It's very well cluttered. I think he makes a really good balance of making it cluttered and detailed, but also very suitable for gameplay. So that's why I like it. Although I know this is a very controversial one, but when people put fake driveways in their builds, I always get rid of the fake debug cars because like I don't want to pretend that there's cars in this game when there's not. So I just get rid of them and make it just look like an outhouse. But across the board, like I think it's cracking. Okay, another one that you guys brought my attention to is Griffy. Am I pronouncing that right on the gallery? I think she's known as Miss Griffy on social media, but Griffy on the gallery. So I like her for similar reasons to Devon Bumpkin, that she basically does builds that are really, really well designed, but they're very functional. This is a renovation she did for the Landgrab house. I know it's controversial of me. The fake cars are going. Sorry, they're going. Like, how are people making these? Like these little sun panel roof things. Like, do they just put like fences on it? Like, I would never think of doing that. Like, it wouldn't cross my mind. Anyway, we all know the base game Sims 4 Landgrab house is a little bit tragic. She actually made it suitable for like the Landgrab family, a very rich family. This is the upstairs. I feel like every room is designed really nicely. It's very, very modern. I love that she puts like sunroofs and things in. But again, with these, what do you call these? A canopy? A canopy? Or is a canopy like the food? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, this is the downstairs. It is literally so detailed. It's unreal. Another thing I think is great, by the way, about downloading downloading stuff off the gallery that's particularly recent is that, you know, there have been so many free base game updates, you know, like platforms. You wouldn't see platforms in any base game builds, but due to the updates and people making builds as the game goes along, you see things like this added into base game builds and it makes them a lot better, I think. It's a very like dark grey modern aesthetic. I do really like it. There's a lot of beige in there as well. I do love beige. And again, I feel like it's cluttered enough to make it look nice, but not too much that you can't play in it. This is another one she built, a Strangerville family home. I really like this one. I think the Strangerville lots are very tragic and like too big for their boots, and there's not much going on in the inside. This one, I like the dark blue. I like the look of it. This is the downstairs of the build. As I said before, a lot of her builds, I think they're very clean, and that's why I like them. They're very open plan and spacious, and there's a lot going on, but there's not like too much going on. This is the upstairs too. I think it's very well designed. This is another one that she did. This one is just called Base Game Suburban. So even though she is also very pack heavy, oh, fake car, not for me. Even though she does use a lot of packs, she does also do base game builds as well every now and then, and she does also do like pack exclusive builds or limited ones. I like that she used a cupcake machine here. I always give credit to builders who are able to use a cupcake machine and make it not look like horrifically obtrusive. Again, it's very clean. I think if you like very like clean looking builds, like clean and elegant, I think it's something that she's very good at. So the next creator I love is called Simmy Sweetness. She actually mostly does cast, but if you sort by lots and you just scroll down a bit, my gallery's broken because everybody's gallery is broken right now and it showed duplicate builds and I don't know why. But the reason why I like her stuff is she's very limited on packs. I really wanted to cover a creator who doesn't use all the packs because I know a lot of you guys don't own any packs, or you only own like one or two. You can see this one is only built with Get Together. This one is only Get Together and City Living. This one is only Get Together and Outdoor Retreat. This one uses absolutely nothing. This is the said base game house in question. Again, I like her builds because they're quite simple and she does a lot of base game starters. So this one is only 17k. This is another starter home that she did and it's entirely base game friendly. You can see this is 18k. And as a general tip, guys, if you're looking for builds which don't contain that much stuff from packs, literally scroll all the way to the bottom. Make sure you sort by newest, of course. And then if you go to the bottom, it will show all the builds that people have made back when there weren't any packs out for The Sims 4. As you can see, my gallery's glitching right now. We've got a million different Christmas family homes. But if we go down, look, base game family home from 2016. Blueberry Lane starter from 2015. It's always good to sort by newest and go like right to the bottom. I almost wish you could sort by oldest, but you can't, so you just have to scroll. This is another one that she did called Coastal View Starter. As you can see, this one only uses the pets pack. And again, 19k budget, so it fits in the starter home build. I really wanted to highlight a creator who I think makes nice houses, but houses that are base game and starter home friendly, or at least very limited pack friendly. She doesn't upload anymore. Her last home was done in 2017. That's specifically why I chose her stuff, because when it's older, there's not as many packs. You can see this one, Haven Manor, only using Parenthood. I really appreciate it when creators do that and they don't go crazy with every single pack and every single build, because it makes it fair for people who want to download the stuff. Don't have to do that at all. Nobody has to. If you bought all the packs, you can use them. But I think it's very selfless when people only limit the amount of packs. I also think it's great when people make like a load of starter homes as well that are particularly base game friendly. Guys, off topic, like please, please, please do patch tests whenever you're putting on a new beauty product and you've got sensitive skin. I am burning up so much. My whole body. I think I'm gonna have to take an oat bath after this video. Sometimes she does go hard on the packs, as you can see here. And as you can see, like it's a really nice looking build. And when she is able to use all of the packs, she does make very beautiful interiors and exteriors. But for the most part, it is all just, you know, base game and starter homes and limited packs. That's why I like it. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, I actually have another similar video which showcases some other builders that I really, really like. So feel free to check that one out if you want to. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.